Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and call our meeting to order. Kel, could you lead us in the pledge, please?
I won't do it in French this time.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I love putting you on the spot. All right, let's go ahead with roll call.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Pat Toswell.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here. Moving on to item number 4, correspondence and organizational business. Do we have any correspondence?
We do. The Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in the following. Special occasion liquor license for Allen Community Association. Cannabis license renewal applications for Bayshore Cannabis, DJR1 Investment, Sunside Traders, and Mac Garden. And liquor license renewal applications for The Bistro at Lakeland Village, Bear Creek Country Store and Feed, Bent Vine Brew, Randy Shortstop, The Hideaway, Hood Canal Market Fresh, Bayshore Shell, Spencer Lake Grocery, Taylor Shellfish Farms, The Lucky Dog, Twin Totems Deli and Grocery, Summertime Resort, and Alderbrook Golf and Yacht Club. West Grade submitted an advisory board application for the on-site sewer advisory board. The Federal Energy Regulatory Committee sent a letter regarding a portfolio-wide level 1 risk analysis for Cushman, Nisqually River, Cowlitz River, and Wayuchi.
Wow, 'tis the season.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to item 4.2, new food establishments, inspection public portal news release. I'm assuming that would be our Ian.
Public portable news release.
Okay, this is pretty cool.
Good morning, Ian Tracy, Environmental Health Manager. Mason County Public Health and Human Services has a new public portal through which anyone can search for and view full inspection reports for permitted food establishments in Mason County. The database currently has approximately 300 inspections available to view, and new inspections are added weekly as our food program staff complete their inspections. To access the food establishment public portal, visit the provided link and click on the Inspect to Go icon in the center of the page. This page also contains a guide that will walk you through how to read and interpret the inspection reports. For more information, feel free to call us or email us. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, item 4.3, our herbicide maintenance program notice news release.
Morning.
Good morning.
Loretta Swanson, Mason County Public Works. Mason County Public Works will begin spring application of herbicide for vegetation control along county roads, weather permitting, in April. For a detailed list of the roads affected by the herbicide application program, please visit the County Public Works Herbicide Spray Program webpage, www.masoncountylaw.gov, or contact the Department of Public Works at 360-427-9670, extension 450. Property owners that are adjacent to the areas to be sprayed that do not want the spraying to take place may enroll in the Owner Will Maintain program by contacting Public Works. Those property owners who have already enrolled in the program and designated their property as no spray will not need to contact the office. We've got you covered. Their property will not be sprayed. Thank you.
Thank you, Loretta. All right, let's move on to item 4.4, the National County Government Month Proclamation. And Mark, are you going to read that one?
I can. I was just in the food report playing and looking at it. I apologize.
Figuring out where he's at in life.
Yeah. So I have a proclamation for the National County Government Month, April 2025. Whereas the nation's 3,069 counties serve more than 330 million Americans, provide essential services to create health, safe, and vibrant communities. And whereas counties fulfill a vast range of responsibilities and deliver services that touch nearly every aspect of our residents' lives, such as providing health services, administering justice, keeping communities safe, fostering economic opportunities, and so much more. And whereas Mason County and all counties take pride in our responsibility to protect and enhance the health, well-being, and safety of our residents in efficient and cost-effective ways. Whereas the role includes a responsibility to inspire county residents to engage with their communities and to lead by highlighting our strength as intergovernmental partners. Whereas each year since 1991, the National Association of Counties has encouraged counties across the country to evaluate awareness of county responsibilities, programs, and services. Now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Mason County Commissioners hereby proclaims April 2025 as the National County Government Month and encourages all county officials, employees, schools, and residents to participate in county government celebration activities.
All right, thank you very much. All right, let's move on to item number 5. This is the time that we set aside for our public and our citizens to speak to the commission or to everybody out there in TV world. So we have a 15-minute total, 3 minutes per person. Our timer is sitting right over there. If I can get him off the website.
I'm off.
All right, we ask that you come to the podium. We'll start in the room first. Come to the podium, state your name, where you're from, and then go for it.
My name is Bill Hyatt. The commissioners know me pretty well for my association with Charlie's Vision and helping to bring the command post vehicle to the Mason County. I'm a short-time resident of Mason County of only 8 years. I was born and raised in Washington. I lived most of my life in Tacoma. My wife and I purposely left Tacoma due to a lot of the homeless problems that were going on up there and seeing Tacoma demise to where it was not comfortable living there anymore. We could have moved to any place that we wanted to, in other states as well as staying here. My family moved to Washington in 1903. We have a community center in Tacoma that's built upon my grandparents' homestead. I believe in giving back to my community. I joined the Mason County cleanup crew based upon the fact that I'm tired of seeing litter alongside the road when I drive into Tacoma, into Shelton. I talked to Sheriff Sperling about what was needed to remove the people there and work toward cleaning up Shelton. He told me that there had been a trespass order placed between the Mankey lumber property, the railroad, and the Hanson family. I was more concerned about the property that was closest to Shelton. He said that was owned by people that were not within Mason County but lived elsewhere. Through public records, I was able to obtain information of who owned those properties. They were served with letters notifying them that we wanted to help trespass the people off of there. I have that information through public disclosure. I personally have suffered due to homelessness. Not from the standpoint of being homeless, but I had a warehouse that was set on fire by a homeless person. He had no beef with me, but I suffered personally and financially from an individual that everybody seemed to be harmless. And I don't want to see that happen to my community. I've hunted and fished in Washington State all of my life. I believe in leaving a campsite cleaner than when I went to it. I was raised that way. I'm tired of seeing Mason County turn into garbage. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. All right, raise your hand and I'll recognize you. Commissioner Schutte? Oh, sorry.
Nope. Ask
Dang.
Commissioner Schutte, he keeps it for life.
I'll start this time when we're ready.
Yeah, I've been called worse, so that's, thank you. Commissioners, Kevin Schutte, Mason County Economic Development Council here. Just to introduce to you our latest job shadow intern from the Shelton School District CTE program, Lalo Hernandez. Lalo's been with us for a few weeks now and has hit the ground running and has just been a great addition to our little team over at the EDC. And I know that the CTE program has been working with the county to try to find some spots for students to participate here. Can't encourage that enough. And so I'll kind of leave my remarks at that. And if, Lalo, if you just maybe want to take the rest of my time and introduce yourself to the commission and the community.
Yeah.
Give him a full 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe even Dean's 3 minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
You got this, Lalo.
You can do it, buddy.
And can you pronounce your name for me?
Lalo,
Spell
L-A-L-O.
it. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As you heard, my name is Lalo Hernandez Morales, and I'm a student at SHS, and I've been with Kevin's team, Tiana, and Karen. It's been a good learning experience, actually. I thought I knew a little bit about business through DECA, but I was surprised to see there's a lot more than you actually notice or learn. And so I feel like I've learned a lot more than I would have in the whole trimester of school. And so I feel like they're pretty valuable. I always like to keep an open mind of where I want to go in the future, because right now I'm interested in engineering, but I was never shy to become a businessman or an entrepreneur. And so I feel like going to the EDC is a good opportunity to learn more.
Lalo, you can do both. The world's in need of engineers badly, let me tell you. But, yeah, I was gonna say, but being an entrepreneur,
Calm down.
when I was in high school, I had 3 businesses. It's also a great life too.
I was actually planning to make or create my own engineering business when I grow up.
Now you're talking.
Take inspiration from my uncle. He tried to start his own, so I'm gonna try to follow in his footsteps as well.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's all for me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, for putting
Yeah.
that. Brings us all up a little level.
Thanks for putting him on the spot.
For sure.
All right. Yes.
Okay, wasn't sure if you were looking at me.
Yep.
Good morning, I am Shelley Willis. I appreciate the opportunity to engage in discussions that impact the well-being of children and families. I am the executive director of a nonprofit called Family Education and Support Services, or FES, and we've been serving Mason County for over 25 years. And thank you, Kevin. We served over 24,000 individuals last year, providing parenting classes, support groups, home visitation services, and concrete supports like housing, diapers, school supplies, and much more. I wanted to take a moment to emphasize the importance of child abuse and neglect prevention and the proclamation we ask you to approve, and why this recognition holds such deep significance for us. The value of the proclamation is not simply the words themselves, but in the opportunity it provides to bring awareness to the issue of child abuse and neglect and to highlight effective prevention strategies. Recognizing this issue publicly encourages community members, organizations, and policymakers to engage in solutions that strengthen families, support caregivers, and protect children before harm occurs. Sorry, I got real nervous. It's really
You're
important
awesome.
to us.
You're doing
Doing
great.
great.
Research and experience has shown that prevention is possible, and it starts with education, awareness, and a community action plan. Proclamations like this help us rally around practical solutions that reduce risk factors and increase protective factors. More importantly, they send a clear message that child safety and well-being are a priority for this community. I would welcome the opportunity to continue this conversation and share the evidence-based strategies we have been employing to reduce child abuse and neglect. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
Six minutes, right?
Before he starts,
2.5.
Mark, can we have a workshop with her? To, have her on our agenda in the future for a briefing?
She is a nonprofit,
Yeah.
Dave.
Would you mind? They'll reach out to you to put you on our agenda so we can actually have a full conversation about that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's a good program. And congratulations. What was it? What was your name?
Lalo.
Lalo. Good job.
Actually, this is good.
Right. I'm going to give him my card. So I want to talk about the Mason County Cleanup Program that we have going on. Our hands and feet have picked up by hand over 50,000 pounds of garbage off of one area Y'all need to go onto Shelton Talks or to Dee's YouTube page and actually see what we have in front of us that we have to do that's even more than what we've already done. So I know that there's some conversations about a nonprofit group forming so that we can get some funding. It's insurmountable what we have to deal with. So we need help. We can't do it on our own. So anyway, that's my shout out. I want to talk about needles. I talked about needles this last time. I was led to believe by the manager of the health department that we didn't have a needle program here. So I'm a little bit perplexed and concerned because apparently we do. And we've picked up over 1,000 needles. And like I said at the last meeting, I understand the process that we want to keep dirty needles out of people's veins. But what we're doing is we're transferring that risk onto the children and to the people that go out and do our community and do our cleanup. So, and that costs us, whatever program that is. We need to dig into it, and it needs to cease, as far as I'm concerned. I would like to see a proactive approach instead of a complaint-based or reactive. Just the other day, coming off the freeway, I seen somebody dumping a camper off of Deegan Road. So I stopped. He was pulling the license plate off of it. Do you think he was pulling the license plate off of it to recycle the aluminum? I don't think so. So I stopped. He had some words for me. I got to be careful with my words because I'm already going through another case with words. So we need to be proactive. Those things need to get removed, and we need to hold those people severely accountable. We've got Deegan Road. We've got Johns Prairie. On Franklin, it took us 6 weeks to remove a couple cars that were on Franklin. That can't happen. We need an app like the city has for the county. So maybe we can get together because it tells you the meetings, it tells you the events, people can post pictures. It basically becomes discoverable if nothing happens with it. I think that would be a great idea instead of having to go to everybody's different websites and stuff. Building 10, constant trespassing, vandalism, damage that's caused. I know Kelly goes and asks individuals to leave. Thank you. VFW, graffiti all over the place. How much does that cost us to go and clean all that up? It's inexcusable again. And again, I just want to hit on being proactive instead of complaint-based. I'm in the process of setting up a town hall meeting at the city center because the city of Shelton will not, just flat refuses to do it. I've already found out that I can rent that and how much it's going to cost. I would invite everybody sitting in this room to be there, all the commissioners, the sheriffs, the city commissioners, everybody. We need to have this conversation instead of just having 3 minutes. Thank you.
Time and place.
I'll let you know. Thank you.
And just to clarify, Dean, are you talking about on the city's app, they have it's a site for complaints, right?
Well, yeah, so it breaks out, then you can actually post pictures, write a complaint, it drops a pin on where it was, and then there's a response for that.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, next.
Hi, I'm Dave Mortensen. I'm a longtime teacher here in Mason County, longtime resident. And I'm also involved with the Mason County cleanup. I'm one of the guys that go up and clean the garbage. And I would invite you commissioners to go up and see the problem. What you're seeing from the road is just the tip of the iceberg. It looks like a dump up there. But, I mean, it's hazardous work. You know, there's human excrement, there's needles all over the place. It's like standing in 3 feet of garbage and picking it up by hand. But it's so much bigger than what we can do. And we need your help. I would personally invite all of you to come up and let's just take a walk. And you'll see how bad it is. We have streams running through here, and they're throwing garbage in the stream. If you're missing your bike, it's up there. And we've hauled off so many bicycles, you know, and they're all cannibalized. And you know, we had a member, and I hope she'll speak to her, Sandy over here. I'll let you speak to that. But it's a huge problem, and they're building more sites as we speak. They're cutting trees down. Okay, We hauled lumber and stuff that was from makeshift and piled it up to get rid of. The next week we were there, it's all gone because it's back up on the hill being used. So if we don't do something about this, I mean, it's huge. And, you know, I love my town. I love my county. And we can't let this go on. We have to move them out of there. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Do you like to help it? You do. That way we can make sure that everybody hears.
Move a chair for us, so she can just walk around. Come back, please. Up in the front, right here. So there it is.
This is a first, so I'm Sandy Campbell. My husband's over there. We're escapees from Southern California. Came up here because it was safe, and about 20 years ago, and built. We consider ourselves Sheltonians. Love Shelton. I was asked, man came to our house to do some repair work, and we found out about this, picking up the stuff up at above the, across from the yacht club. And I went last Sunday. I'm 78 years old, but I figured I've been concerned about this because this is what happened in Southern California. We were forced to leave. These people that are up there are not this harmless, homeless people. I was up last Sunday and was throwing down parts of bicycles and was accosted. And he took off with the piece of bicycle I was going to throw down and went back up at the hill. They're not nice people that just don't have a home. They're not at all. They're mentally problems. And I want to ask all three of you right now, what are you going to do about it? We're here complaining. What are you going to do about it? I want an answer.
Typically, we don't have a conversation back and forth, but I would love to meet with you after.
Absolutely, because the other, when he was talking about lumber, there is lumber up there that they have burned and stolen from the lumber yard. Unbelievable amounts of lumber that they've stolen from the lumber yard. I picked up 10 or 12 sleeping bags. There was nothing wrong with them. They were just wet and muddy. The people up there are urinating and defecating in the stream that's going into Oakland Bay. Now, if Mr. Taylor wants to go up there and see what's happening, he can go out there and see what's happening. They have stolen unbelievable amounts of plywood. They're building homes up there. I mean, that's as serious as we can get. And it started out just with maybe one or two people. Now it goes from the boatyard all the way down probably a mile. Yeah. And it's increasing every single day. We've got to do what Tumwater does. Tumwater says, you can't be here, and leave. Those properties are owned by people. They should be responsible for those properties. Thank you.
We cleared the front for you, so you can just walk.
Oh.
There you go.
You notice I have a bad knee.
Thanks, Sandy. All right, do we have anyone in the room?
I'm shaking.
Anyone in the room? All right, how about anyone in our Zoom room? Is there anyone that would like to address the commission?
I was going to scream that when you took the music off.
All right, seeing none.
Commissioner, you're done.
My time is up.
Excuse me.
And bless you. All right, let's move on to item number 6. Adoption of our agenda.
Madam Chair, I move for adoption of our agenda as presented. Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion adopted. We have no minutes to approve, so let's move on to item number 8. This is approval of our action agenda. Commissioners will read through the action agenda. Items can be removed for separate comment or vote. And Commissioner Tarsville, could you take items 8.1 through 8.4?
Sure.
Commissioner Netherland, 8.5 through 8.10, and then I'll take the remainder.
Item number 8.1, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittance. Claims clearing fund, warrant number 8111213 through 8111476, with a total amount of $1,227,861.54. Clearing, direct deposit funds, warrant number 114421 through 114826, in the amount of $967,059.71. Salary clearing fund, warrant number 7008746 through 7008781, in the amount of $1,279,229.50. Treasurer's electronic remittance in the amount of $557,901.01. Item 8.2, approval of the resolution changing the number of duplicate and unnecessary departments and programs throughout Mason County's chart of accounts, COA, effective retroactively to January 1, 2025. 8.3, approval to cancel the physical damage management insurance policy through Enterprise. Item 8.4, approval to accept the donation application from Friends of Foothills Dog Park in the amount of $3,650 towards the construction of a concrete pad and path for Foothills County Park.
Madam Chair, item number 8.5 reads, approval of the resolution amending resolution number 81-19 regarding change drawers for Mason County Public Health, increasing the total change drawer amount to $400. Item number 8.6, approval to award the following 2025 Mason County Heritage Grants. Harstein Island Community Club for $4,000. Mason General Hospital Foundation Arts Commission Chapter, Mason Health Foundation for $4,000. McCreevy House Museum of Hood Canal for $4,000. Pickering Homemakers Club DBA Pickering Community Club for $4,000. And the Skokomish Grange number 379 for $4,000. Item number 8.7, approval of the resolution amending resolution number 2023-078, amending Mason County Code Chapter 2.21, Mason County Purchasing and Contracting Policy, and approval of the resolution replacing resolution number 2021-036, establishing procurement guidelines for public works projects under $40,000 and the use of a county small public works consultant and vendor roster. Item number 8.8, approval for the chair to electronically sign the annual certification of expenditures for traffic law enforcement, certification of expenditures for fish passage barrier removals for the calendar year 2024 through the County Road Administration Board CRAB reporting system CARS. 8.9 was removed and struck out. 8.10, approval for Public Works to purchase a John Deere 135 excavator from Pape Machinery through the Sourcewell Joint Cooperative Purchasing Contract number 011723-JDC for a total cost of $281,332.48. The existing 2019 John Deere 135G excavator will be retained for backup and use and other duties at the solid waste facility.
Item 8.11, approval of the Washington State Healthcare Authority Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion Contract Number K7135 Amendment, increasing the lead program budget by $40,262. Item 8.12, approval of the professional services contract with North Mason Regional Fire Authority for syndemic clinical services. Item 8.13, approval to submit a consolidated homeless grant local government application. Item 8.14, approval for the chair to sign the 2025 Mason County Comprehensive Plan Climate Element Grant Contract Amendment, moving the due date of the final draft of the climate element to December 31st, 2025. Item 8.15, approval to appoint M. Dujon Johnson to the Mason County Housing Authority Board for a 5-year term expiring March 18th, 2030. All right, having read through our action agenda, are there any items, commissioners, that you would like to be removed for a separate discussion or vote?
No.
No? Anyone in our audience or in Zoom like to have anything removed for a separate discussion or vote? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to,
Madam Chair, I move for approval of the action agenda as presented with a reminder that item number 8.9 was removed before the, from the agenda before the motion began.
Second.
all right, we have a motion and a second to approve the action agenda as presented, reminding folks that 8.9 was removed before the agenda was completed. Any discussion?
Just one comment. I want to thank those folks up there at the Foothills County Park. What a great example. Over and over again, they've done this. And actually, Kevin is here. He was one of the first movers up there. They created a dog park. One of the first things they did is they went out and they raised money themselves. They put things together for their own design. They did all these things, and they came to the county and said, we've raised this much, we've done this much, will you help us establish the rest? And they keep doing that. All I got to say is that's how it should always be. I will always pay more attention to somebody that's actually out there doing the work and making it happen. This group went out. They had a small change they wanted to do. They went out and raised money and did the work themselves, again, to do the majority of it, asking us for a small portion. I don't know how we can say no to something like that, because it is our responsibility, it is our part. So thank you to them. And thank you, Kevin, for initiating that when that first started.
Yeah, it's a great group.
I'd just like to thank our Mason County cleanup crew. They've been just doing an awesome amount of work out there. We appreciate everything you guys are doing, and trust me, we're pushing on this end to try and get you some support. So it's, yeah, I'd love to speak to you about what's going on. But we appreciate what you're doing, so.
Thank you.
All right, I also want to remind folks that we, even though we go through our action agenda rather quickly, these are like even smaller than footnotes. And so Mondays, really, if you really want to hear what's going on in the county, that's the meeting to watch. So make sure that you're tuned in to TVW, or we also have a Zoom link to help us watch. And having read or heard all of those, how about a vote? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion passes. All right, let's move on to item number 9. Other business. Do we have any department heads or elected officials that would like to address the commission?
I know we have one.
Yes, we do.
And Mackenzie, he'll make sure to contact you next time, because we're embarrassing him today to make sure that he does.
So, many apologies to Mackenzie. So last week, the commission tasked me to do this press release, and I forgot to get it to Mackenzie. That's on me. So, press release reads as follows. United We Care, a leading AI-powered mental health platform, has partnered with Mason County Public Health and Human Services to improve mental health support for residents in Mason County and surrounding areas. This collaboration will bring accessible, affordable, and confidential mental health resources to communities facing barriers such as provider shortages, high costs, and stigma. And as a quote, at United We Care, we are committed to making mental health support more accessible and equitable by leveraging technology-driven solutions that empower individuals and support local healthcare systems. And that's from Ritu Mehrotra, CEO and founder. Our partnership with Mason County Public Health and Human Services reflects a shared mission to provide reliable, stigma-free, and continuous mental health resources to those who need them most. Through this collaboration, United We Care will work with Mason County Public Health and Human Services to integrate an AI-powered mental health tool in the community, Stella. And Stella plays a key role in expanding access by offering 24/7 psychological first aid, self-assessments, emotional guidance, and expert referrals. Designed to complement existing mental health services, Stella provides a confidential and easily accessible support system for individuals while also serving as a valuable resource for clinicians. This partnership marks a significant step in improving mental health care accessibility in Mason County, combining local expertise with cutting-edge technology to ensure residents receive timely and effective support. And I have brochures if anybody is interested. Any questions?
You'll hand those out to different
Yeah,
departments
so
within the county?
we went public last week with the county employees. This week we're hitting the public with a media barrage. We're doing a newspaper, radio, Facebook, all kinds of places we're reaching out to the community. We're going to do a full community mailing on this as well. So every household gets a chance to take a look at this.
Any questions? Comments?
Okay.
All right, thanks, Dave. It's fun embarrassing you.
I make it easy.
That's true. Any, Steve?
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioner Netherland, Commissioner Tarswell. Steve Dunkel, Mason County Auditor, and I want to let you know that the Elections Department will be hosting a candidate filing workshop on April 2nd, 2025 at 6 p.m. here in the Commissioner's Chambers. There's 53 nonpartisan races on the ballot this fall, so we want to help any and all potential candidates prepare for filing week, which is May 5th through 9th this year. Secondly, the Financial Services Department is teaming with the State Auditor's Office to host an internal controls workshop for all county department heads and managers, junior taxing districts, school districts, and even the city of Shelton and others. We'll be inviting a pretty broad group of people. But this workshop will provide attendees with information on the proper application of internal controls to prevent fraud and to create a culture of fraud prevention. So as your auditor, I'm personally very excited about this workshop as it means to help us all better protect taxpayer dollars. More to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Oh, Loretta.
Loretta Swanson, Public Works. On our front page of the website, we're talking about free solid waste dump vouchers, and we'll provide an update, commissioners. Those vouchers went like hotcakes. And so I think there are still some vouchers up at Youth Connections, both in Belfair and Shelton. Not 100% sure on that, so we'll get a count and then update that information. I know lots of folks have been asking about the status and are there more vouchers. The other thing I would do is for those who did get some vouchers, make sure you make use of them, because often there are vouchers that go unused throughout the year. So please, there's a big demand, and if you did take vouchers, make sure you make good use of those vouchers. And it's another way to keep our county clean, and much appreciated. And then last but not least, thank you for the new excavator purchase, commissioners. Big hats off to our mechanics and our teamsters and operators and crews that take good care of the equipment and try and squeeze the most we can out of it, but there's time and a place for replacement, and definitely appreciate your support on that. Thanks.
Thank you. And that's a good reminder. If you have a voucher, please use it.
Yes.
Yes. Anyone else in the room? Department heads or electeds? All right. Anyone in the Zoom room? Yeah. All right. Moving on then. All right. Thank you so much for that. Let's move on to item number 10. We've set aside for a public hearing. And Mark, I think this is yours.
So this is a public hearing on the sale of Mason County surplus property. The surplus property is located at 7 Public Works Drive, parcel number 42002-13-90070. We declared this property surplus back in April 16th of 2019 by resolution number 32-19. We recently got an appraisal done on these pieces of property, and the offer that we've received from David C. Bailey is in the amount of $465,000, which is the appraised value of the property. And so this public hearing is to take public comment on the sale of the surplus property. I have a resolution attached in the documentation to get approval from the commission. I do have one suggested change, that on the purchase and sale agreement, actually, on the resolution, it says, be it further resolved that the chair of the commission is authorized to sign. Normally we have Commissioner Netherland sign these. He was the chair last year, and so I think we forgot to update the form.
Okay. All right. Any questions by staff? Or first staff?
Just for clarification and everybody else's, could you give a more general description of where this property is?
Yes, this property is at the corner of 102 and Public Works Drive. So just past the port as you're going along 101, if you were to take a left to get onto 102, the first road to your right is Public Works Drive, and Lot 7 is the actual corner parcel that's there, and it's about 5 acres.
Thank you.
We recently sold 2 lots in front, so 6 and 7, and those are bordering 101. So as you pass 102, they would be on the left there, and this is just behind those. There are still 3 lots remaining that we have received some offers on, and the commissioners are entertaining those offers now for lots 3, 4, and 5.
Question? Anybody have questions for staff? No? All right, anyone in the Zoom room have questions for staff? All right, seeing none, let's move on to public testimony. Do we have anyone that would like to testify at this hearing for this property at this time? All right, no one in the room. How about in the Zoom room? Do we have anyone that would like to testify at this hearing? All right. Well, seeing none, we'll move on to commissioner deliberation or motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve a sale of real property at 7 Public Works Drive, Shelton, Washington, 98584, parcel number 42002-13-90070 for $465,000 to David C. Bailey and/or assigned.
Second.
All right, we do have a motion and a second to approve the sale of real property at 7 Public Works Drive, Shelton, Washington, 98584, parcel number 42002-13-90070 for $465,000 to David C. Bailey and/or assigns. Any discussion?
Yeah, just a comment so people know that we actually went through a whole process of surplusing these properties some years ago. We actually had it on the market, so it is arm's length transaction. It was on the market for years, actually, a couple of years, and it's been sitting back since. And now we have these offers that are coming after we've had new appraisals and stuff, and everything is above appraisal, or we're not looking to even consider it or anything like that. So I just wanted to put that out there so people do know that your county has done its due diligence and worked through realtors in order to get the most money for the properties that we possibly can, of which the monies will go to Public Works, the road department, because they actually own the properties. We just handle the management of it, as you can't use road funds for other services.
I was going to clarify that as well, so thank you. All right. I'll go ahead and call for the vote then. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion passes. Great. Let's move on to item number 11. Boards, calendars, and reports. Commissioners will tell us what's going on before our next regular meeting. I'll start with Commissioner Netherland, Commissioner Tarswell, and then I'll close.
Okay, so first I'd like to start with, again, thanking the people that did come out when it comes to the pickups and stuff. There are things that I've been looking at and hoping that we will adjust and make some changes to make some of this happen. I do need you to understand, it would be nice, I'd love to go up there, but if you realize one commissioner stepping foot up there and that lawsuit that comes, that this county will pay greatly. So we gotta be very, very careful, especially stepping on other people's land or touch anything that could be somebody else's. It doesn't mean we can't be supportive or help you, we just can't go up there and grab them. But there's other things that we can do and that we're working on and that we've been talking about, and some things that we haven't been talking about that I would love to share with you if you'd like to come and speak with me after the fact. And just so you know, there's a point where there's a time where people are allowed to speak during a hearing. After that, it's closed off to that. But again, I'm not the chair, so when you were asking me, I can't just grant you anything anyway. So with that being said, though, again, I want to thank you guys that are going out there. Whoever's doing the aerial photos tells us a lot. You guys, somebody out there is putting out.
Damien.
Yeah, from drones. Wonderful. So we do get a chance to see it. At least I get a chance to see it. I've seen those.
Yeah,
And,
brand new one.
Yeah.
This morning.
and then I also want to remind everybody, we have no authority inside the city at all. Zero. That's something different. We only can talk, help with the stuff that's outside of it, just so you know. After this meeting, I'll be trying to attend, we have a Bill Hunter dedication happening out here. League of Women Voters is having a meeting I'm going to try to attend. There's another meeting for local housing planning. Mason Transit Authority meeting will be attending. I'll be trying to go to a Fire District 4 meeting, North Mason Chamber of Commerce meeting, Rotary. We have a government-to-government meeting that we'll all be attending with the Squaxin Tribe. We have Harstein Island code violation that the auditor has made arrangements for me to go out to some properties and look at that, which is a cleanup issue, and see if we can't help them. I don't know if the other commissioners will be there, but Harstein Island is also having a play, and I tend to go. They always have such a great thing. North Mason School District Advisory Committee. I think we have a Board of Health, at least that's in my calendar. And then I have a risk conference for several days to talk about our risk. I represent us on a risk pool, which is the insurances and stuff, and that's where we'll be having some conversations about some of the things that are happening there also, and what the counties can do to try and offset some of those issues. Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority is having inspections of some of our local businesses, of which I will be attending. North Mason Regional Fire Authority is having their pancake breakfast, and law enforcement and firefighters insurance board, I'll be attending that, and that brings us back, and we'll do briefings and start over again.
Okay, so right after this meeting, we'll be doing the dedication of this building to Bill Hunter. And I think all three of us are going to be out there. We have MTA this afternoon at 1. Coincidentally, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I am hosting a meeting with a number of the people that are going to be doing something about cleaning up the homeless camps. And so it's, as you can imagine, trying to get schedules of a bunch of different people is challenging. So we've got some of the key people that'll be there tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and that's we're going to just see how we can start addressing the problems that you guys are talking about. So that's tomorrow at 3. Then I have Thurston Mason Behavioral Health ASO. That's Thursday. Friday at 9, we have the government meeting. I think all three of us will be at that meeting with Squaxin Island. Saturday, we're having a going away party where Sharon and I will be together, but we will not be discussing any county business whatsoever. Let's see, then we have, we start the briefings over next week. I have Fire District 12 meeting and a PAC meeting on the 24th. Board of Health on the 25th, and I've got 2 of them with Board of Health. How about that? One at 11 and one at 1 o'clock. Then we have behavioral health again on Wednesday. And, then Friday is the Sheriff's Breakfast at Little Creek Casino. And that pretty much covers those 2 weeks.
All right, thank you. And just so folks do know that one of the things that we're working at on a state level is there are a lot of things handed out by the state to our homeless. And so I'm working with WASEC and others to make sure that the funding also includes cleanup. So they provide a lot of tents and sleeping bags and things like that, but then they don't provide a place for them to be returned. So they end up on the ground and more garbage. So anyway, so funding is something that we are also looking at. So after this, we do have the building dedication for the 2 William Hunters. Mason Transit meeting tonight. There is the TVW Gala. We were invited to sit with WASAC at their table. Tomorrow I'm meeting with Catherine Johnson. She is our Mason County Humane Society Executive Director. Looking forward to that one. LSC Roundtable, which is Legislative Steering Committee, which is part of WASAC, which is the Washington State Association of Counties. We're having that meeting on Wednesday night and also Thursday morning to talk about things going on with the amazing, I'm sure they're all amazing, bills coming to our counties and to our state. Government to government meeting with Squaxin. Also have a Public Works broadband meeting, Public Works Board Executive Committee meeting. Every Friday we have a session meeting to discuss bills that are affecting the county with Mark and our lobbyist Edmund Gia. Saturday is my brother's and my granddaughter's birthday, so I want to wish them a very happy birthday. We are having a going away party, sadly, for some very, very, very dear long friends moving to Texas. Monday's briefing, Wasac Virtual Assembly, I believe the Mason County Republican meeting is that night, but I'm not sure. Mason County, we have a Board of Health meeting at 11 and then a Board of Health hearing at 1 on Tuesday. SWAC meeting, which is the Solid Waste Action Committee. Great Bend is having a Performance Arts Center information session at PUD 3. Encourage everyone to go to that. That's on Thursday the 27th at the PUD at 6:30. Sheriff's breakfast on Friday. Legislative update with WASAC, Public Works Board Executive Committee meeting, session meeting with Mark. And then Saturday, please don't forget, it's the Martha Reed Chili Cook-Off on the 29th. And I believe that's at Bob's. So that's always a lot of fun. They have amazing things. And Martha Reed does such a service for our community. So I wanna thank them. You guys do a great job. So thank you. My nephew's birthday's on the 30th, and then we're back for our briefing in the Wasac Virtual Assembly.
A couple of things I forgot. One, I will also be at the hearing. I didn't mention the hearing. And two, Loretta mentioned the vouchers. If you're not using them, there's another option too. Bring them back. We were able to help by supplying vouchers and stuff like that. If you brought them back, we can put them to good use by getting them to the same group that came and visited us today to help some of these situations that we're having. So don't let them sit in the drawer. Don't waste them. Don't just sit on them because you can. Bring it back. We'll use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or we know people that will.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anything further, commissioners? No.
Yep.
Mark, do you have anything that we forgot?
You guys did good.
All right. So just as a reminder, we are doing the dedication. It will be out in front of our building for the William Hunters. All right.
Madam Chair. Well, go ahead.
Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, we are adjourned.